Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is AJ and I want to appreciate everyone for subscribing to my channel, for watching my videos. God bless you. So if you're new here, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Join me, let's glam up this beautiful model together. So first thing first, always start by cleaning the face as always using a micellar water, which I use my Adventure micellar water as always. So after thoroughly cleaning her face to make sure every hidden dirt is removed, I go in with my moisturizer, which is the Moist Essence moisturizer. You could use any moisturizer of your choice, right? So after applying my moisturizer, I use my fan to dry it off. Then I go in with my primer, which I use my V Beauty mattifying primer. So I just apply the primer around the area which produces oil. That is, I focus on the T-zone. That is around the side of the nose, the area which produces oil, the side of her nose, on the bridge of the nose, the forehead, and the chin. So I just use my foundation brush to spread it all over. So for foundation, I went in with my Adventure foundation and my V Beauty foundation. So I just mix the two shades. As you can see, her face is looking darker than the rest of her skin, her body, right? Her face is looking darker. So I just mix my lighter shade to make sure everything is uniform. Then I use my Damn Beauty Sponge from CPD to blend in. So for contour, I'm going in with my V Beauty foundation again, which is 2 shades darker than her skin. So I just apply underneath the cheekbone, the temple, and I use my same beauty sponge to blend in everything. And I make sure when I'm blending, I take care of the line separating the contour and the rest of the face. Yeah. So for blush, I'm using this is it red? It's kind of red and pink, mixture of red and pink shade from my 3D exclusive blush palette, 3D girl blush palette. So after blending around the upper of her cheek, I go in with my highlighter, which I use my Avon concealer. So I just applied around the T-zone, that's the under eye, the bridge of the nose, the forehead. Then I use a clean section of that same beauty sponge to blend in my concealer thoroughly. So when I'm blending, I make sure I blend the line separating the blush and the concealer to make sure there's no harsh line. Then I use the excess concealer to just blend around the neck. So after that, I just go with my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray or setting spray to just melt down the powder effect to set everything. Then to contour her nose, I'm using my foundation again, which is 1 shade darker than her skin. I usually use 1 shade darker than her skin for the nose because I don't want the nose to be looking too black, right? So after that, I go in with my setting powder, which I use my Miracle setting powder to set all the highlighted area. I use the Miracle setting powder in the shade Ginger to set the highlighted area. That is the forehead, the bridge of the nose, the under eye. So after setting around the under eye, the bridge of the nose, I just go to the forehead. So to further give that I wanted the under eye to be a bit brighter, so I'm going in with that lighter shade for my VVD powder palette. Yeah. So after blending, the next thing is to fill in the gap. That's the blank spaces, to set the blank spaces. So I'm going in with my powder for my VVD powder palette again, which is equivalent to our skin tone, to just blend around the blank spaces. That is the area which has not been set, the area which has not been highlighted. So remember, we say everything cream has to go dry. So I'll go in again with my cream, my powder contour. I'm contouring the nose at this point using my small fluffy angle brush. Then I still go in again with my powder, which is 2 shades darker than her skin, to contour the rest of the face. That is the underneath the cheekbone, and the temple. Then I use my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray to melt down the powder effect. So for reverse contour and baking, I'm using my Miracle setting powder again in the shade Ginger. So I leave a generous quantity of the setting powder, as I always emphasize, around the under eye, such that every moisture can be absorbed around the area. There will be no formation of crystalline, and excess eyeshadow fallout will be easily taken off. So moving on to brows, I first of all started by laying down the hair using my Nikki Signature Brows Gel. Then I go in with my setting powder. As you can see, dust off the excess setting powder, and then to outline the brows, I'm using my KR brows pomade. So I mix the two shades. I wanted it to be looking darker a little bit. Mix the two brown and shade 1 and 2. So I produce my outline for this section. Go in with the other section. Produce my outline. After producing my outline, I'm going to like make the edges to be fade. I'm going to produce hair like stroke around the half of the section of the brows going downwards, right? I'm going to produce hair like stroke. I wanted that area to be looking fade, so I'm still using my angle brush from Issa and those what I used in producing my brows outline. Yeah, so to fill in the gap, the outline, to fill in the brows, I'm going with my David's pencil in the shade 00018. Yeah, so I'm just filling it without making sure that I don't make it's not too thick. Like my pencil is well sharpened and pointed, and the hairline strokes are kind of scanty. So to conceal the brows, I'm using my spotless concealer and my angle brush from Issa and Those Makeup. So I just use the tips of my angle brush to conceal the edges of the brows, right? When conceal, make sure we don't clean the entire outline that we produce, because the outline gives the brows its beauty. So after that, for the beginning, I'm using a darker foundation to conceal. Then I go in with my fluffy brush to blend in the excess concealer and excess foundation. So for the upper section again, I'm using my foundation which I used for the beginning, which is like one shade darker than her skin, because we don't want any harsh line around that upper area. So after that, we're going to make sure we dry everything off using our powder from our VBT powder palette, which is equivalent to each of the shades in the various sections we use in concealing. So for the section where I use a spotless concealer, I'm going to go with my lighter shade of powder and apply on that area. Then for the beginning, I'm going to use my darker shade still on that area. Moving on to eyeshadow, I started by placing my eyeshadow base from Adventure concealer. Yeah, I use my Adventure concealer as my eyeshadow base, then blended everything in. Then after that, I go in with the shade from my Girl eyeshadow palette. I just blend around the edges. After that, I go in with the dark shade, blend around the outer corner of the eye, just making sure that everything is in place, making sure I leave the remaining section where the eyeball lies. Then I go in with this is it ox blood, kind of ox blood purple like shade. I just apply on that blank space. Yeah, so after that, I do that to the other side, just like that. Yeah. Then I'm using my small fan brush to dust off the excess eyeshadow fallout. So to line her eyes, to wing the eyes, I'm using my angle brush from Issa and Those Makeup. I'm using my KR brows pomade, the shade 1, that's a black shade. So I'll start by producing a line, then I try to link it up to form something like a triangle. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm on my knees, I'm begging, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, watch the video to the end, and tell me what you think about the look, your honest opinion, please. Okay guys, let's continue. Moving on, after that, I did my eyeshadow off camera. Then I just go straight to the lips. I start by producing my outline, my lip outline. Yeah, I'm using my same brown pomade from KR Makeup and my small lip brush from Vanilla. Is that how they call it? Yeah, the brush. So I just produce my outline, the upper section, produce on the bottom. Then use my small brush again from Vanilla to just, let me look at the name, I think so, to just blend. So I'm blending in everything, making sure that I'm blending the line, making sure that it's smooth, and yeah, it's vanilla. There is no harsh line, so that when I go in my main color, everything will just blend in. perfect. So I see my main color now. I'm going in with this Make lip gloss. So I just apply on the lips, use my small fluffy brush again to blend. Yeah, so I blend. Make sure I'm blending the edges to ask her to smack. After she smack her lips, then I blend again. Then I go in with this orange, it's looking kind of orange shade from KB. Apply on the bottom lips, yeah, around the innermost area. So after that, I use my small fluffy brush again, lip brush, to just blend. Then ask her to smack a little bit. Yeah, can you see? Yeah, that's it. Try to do this on your own, and if you have any challenge, just let me know. So to smoke her under eye, I'm using that brown shade from my V Beauty Naked palette. Then I go in. Now at this point, I was doing her waterline. Yeah, I just asked her to look up a little bit. Yeah, okay. So after that, when I was done with that, I started off by dusting off the excess, blending up the excess setting powder, right? Yeah, I'm just blending everything, dusting everything up. Yeah, I do the same for the other section. Go around the under eye. Now I'm using a small, well precise brush. Then after that, for the area which is not accessible, I'll just go in with my smaller brush again to blend, to press in. I'm actually pressing in. I first of all dust off the eyeshadow fallout, then I'm now pressing in. Yeah, so I'm going in with the smaller brush so that it should not ruin, the bigger one should not ruin anything. So after blending, and I'm sure everything is in place, everything is properly blended, I'm now going to melt down that powder effect again using my Kiss Beauty Fix or setting spray. Yeah, then after that, I'll use my fan to dry it up. Don't ask me where my fan is. There's a fan sitting directly in front of her. My small hand fan, my mini fan is bad. Yeah, so I'm using this there's a big fan sitting directly in front of her. So when it's time for me to dry it up, I just turn on the fan. So for the next thing, I just go in with my lip gloss, from my Absolute lip gloss, to give the lip that shine and glow. Yeah,
I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of.
so to lock and seal the makeup, I'm going in with my all-nighter spray. Yeah, so I just asked her to hold her breath sometime. Yeah, so after that, I use my fan to dry it up. So guys, this is the finished look. Thank you all for watching AJ Signature. What do you think? And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye. See you all in the next video. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, and mwah.